Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can probably tell by the title, we are reviewing the Rimmel Lasting Finish Breathable Foundation and Matching Concealer. So I'm going to do like a wear test throughout the day. These are very different shades, or the sun's just slightly gone in there. But if you see, so this is obviously going to be an under eye concealer rather than a blemish concealer. I have tested these on my skin for colour, but I haven't properly tested them. I took them off straight away. It was just so I knew for sure that I got the right colour. More so this one, like if this one's really light, that's fine, because it'll be brightening. But more so for this one, because obviously I tested it in the shop. I tested it just there. I was with a friend and she said, yeah, it's all good. She took a photo of it. She's like, yeah, I think it's fine. But when I looked at my hand when I was in natural light, it looked a little bit dark. But it suits my skin, at least it like kind of went alright on top of my foundation that I was already wearing yesterday. But that's a good colour for me. So, I have used, I think it's every single Rimmel foundation pretty much I have used. I love the normal lasting finish with the red lid, and I love the Match Perfection. Both those foundations I think are brilliant. I have tried the matte one, but I was a lot younger and it was fine on my skin then when I was a bit more oily, like going through puberty. But now I think it'll be too matte, too drying on my dry skin. And I haven't tried the Wake Me Up again in years. So I would like to try that one again at some point, but this one is fairly new. So this, I have the shade 101 Classic Ivory. It is the third shade. And it's a medium coverage foundation, and then in the concealer I have 001 Light Ivory, which is a lightweight medium coverage concealer, and as you can see it has like this kind of spongy applicator and like squeeze. I did find yesterday when I was trying to get it out just to double check the colour, it was like difficult to get out at first, but I don't know if that's like, you kind of like squeeze upwards, this is not going to work. While you're here, I did also get a couple other things. So I also got the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser Concealer in Ivory. It's the lightest shade they do. This one again, I tried the colour and like, so this just looks disgusting. I'm not going to do a testing video on this, but I'll let you know how I get on with it. I also got a NYX Faux White Eyeliner in Seashell. It's an inner eye eyeliner. I can't say the word eyeliner apparently. It's a really baby pink. There you go, you can kind of see the colour there. It's a really light baby pink. They've got like a whole like pastel range with this packaging. And on my waterline it just looks like a nude eyeliner. It's very pretty. And I also got this NYX retractable lip liner in the shade Vanilla Sky. It's apparently waterproof, so I am going to use these both when I do my makeup. I'm not going to bother with the other concealer because I've got an under eye concealer. But yes, let's get into it. I'm going to use my usual primer so I can kind of judge everything based off that. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible primer. It's my everyday primer. I am in the market for a new primer, preferably a pore filling one, and preferably not a mattifying one because I need more hydration than anything on my skin. So if you know of any good ones, or like preferably drugstore as well, then let me know in the comments below. I've also moisturised with my usual moisturiser, so I can get like a fair test, if that makes sense. Whenever I'm testing new foundation, I tend to stick to the same products that I use every day, so I know there's no anomalies in my routine that could also be mixing weird. I've put my sleeves up, so this just looks really weird now, but anyway. Okay, so I keep trying to pull the lid off, but it's a twistable. It's different. Every other foundation has like a pump, or the matte one's like a squeezy. But this has like a giant wand, which I actually kind of love. So I'm going to get a mirror real quick. Okay, so I'm not going to put it all over my face straight away. I'm going to do like bit by bit. Oh yeah, this looks like an alright colour. Okay, let's try that. I'm going to do half my face with a beauty blender and half with a beauty sponge. It's the Real Techniques one, and half with my brush. It would help if I actually got it out, because I don't like using a brush for foundations anymore. I used to only use a brush, but now I hate it. But that's actually gone on quite nicely with the brush. It's also gone on nicely with a beauty blender on this side. Only thing is, it's just not quite gone into my eyebrow. It's maybe a tad too dark for me, but because I've got such a light concealer, it should like even it out a bit. I actually really like how this is applying with a brush. I think because it's like a very liquidy, it's not like, because normally it like clings to dry patches when I use a brush, like with my current foundations. I actually am preferring how this applies with the brush. So yeah, with the chin and no, it's very difficult to do half and half. So I'm gonna do a little bit on this side again, and I'm just gonna do a brush. So now I know at least I prepare with a brush. I like the smell of Rimmel foundations as well. Why did I do this with a sponge? I was gonna do it with a brush. I was like, why is it looking so sheer? Don't mind me, I'm just being a bit of a fail. It's early, well, I say it's early, it's like 10 o'clock. Like half 10, I'd say. The nose can be, like, it's usually a place I would never touch with a brush, because it just goes really dry. But I mean, oh, this foundation looks gorgeous. I'm just putting a little bit more on my forehead. Like, it's just, I think it's quite a moisturising foundation. It's just, it's gone on my skin so beautifully. It looks like a second skin. It's not clinging to any dry areas. I did get like a slightly too dark shade for my skin, but really it's just going to make me look a bit more tan. And it's dried down fairly quickly without being really matte. It's like a really natural finish. It feels so light on my skin. It doesn't really feel like I'm wearing much. It's very similar to the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation in that sense, for how light it feels. I'm very happy with that. It feels so nice. I might zoom it in. Oh, right, is that gonna focus? Like, this sun's gone in, so I'm just gonna kind of like show you each like part of my face. Like, it just looks so natural. It just looks like a second skin. It's not gone all like funny on like the sides of my nose. It's like, oh, I've got an alfie hair on my cheek. I was like, what's tickling my face? I'm trying to get it off without disturbing the foundation underneath. There we go. This is exactly what I wanted from this foundation. I wanted something that was like a lot more light and just like a lighter coverage. I do want to try the new Revolution Conceal and Define foundation, but I'm not going to get that until I've finished my Kat Von D foundation, because I've got that foundation and my Maybelline Super Stay, which I do prefer, that are full coverage. I don't need another full coverage foundation, whereas right now my lighter coverage foundations just aren't sitting so well on my skin, which is why I wanted to try this. I'm so happy I did right now. I'm in love. This might be a tad too light even, who knows. Okay, so again I'm going to do one side with the beauty blender and one with the brush. See how it sinks in, blends in, that's the word, not sinks in. But this blends really nice. A little goes a long way by the looks of it. This is a medium coverage concealer, so if you have like really bad dark circles, it might not be for you. I don't have like really bad dark circles. It's mostly just right in the inner corner where it's like blue, you know, but like down here it's not so bad. So I can kind of get away with medium coverage. And I've got very veiny eyelids, and that's like concealing my eyelids very well. I like this concealer, it's like very brightening. I mean, I did get a very light shade. Again, that's just blended in, so nice. It's really nicely meshed well with the foundation. It doesn't look heavy, it doesn't feel heavy, it doesn't feel cakey. It just, again, it looks like a second skin. I'm so happy with these products right now. They look so, like if you want to go for like a natural skin day, this is what you want, like really. I'm going to set my eyes with the Milani Prep Set and Glow powder really quick. Okay, so the time is 10:30. I am going to go and finish the rest of my makeup, and then I will come back to you to tell you how everything's gone on my skin, and then I'll be back at various points through the day to do like a little wear test, see how it's holding up. I'm just going to use like, you know, my usual Kat Von D Lock-It setting spray as well. So yeah, I will see you soon. Okay, so it is now 11 o'clock and it's not going to show you, I don't know why. There you go, it's now 1 minute past 11. I can't believe it only took me half an hour to finish the rest of my face. But let's go in for a closer look. So, as you may know if you watched other makeup videos of mine, pardon me, I have like really bad expression lines and you can see them, but like there's not like a lot of foundation that's like crept into them, like they're just there. The lines are always, you can see them when I've got no makeup on, no matter what foundation, setting powder, primer, whatever, no matter what I use, you can always see them. But some foundations make them look really pronounced, really bad, but this just looks really natural, doesn't look bad. And my pores look perfect. They're not like, I have quite big pores, they're not emphasized, they're not like, especially on like the sides of my nose, thank you, they're not like, you can't see them. And same for like here, you can't really see them any bigger than they are, aside from some like the really big ones which are like a dint in my face. Yeah, I'm so happy with foundation. It sat so nicely on my skin, it looks like a second skin, it feels so light on my face. I mean, right now the heaviest thing that I feel right now is my eyes and my lips. My face feels like I've got barely anything on. I've just put setting spray on, so it feels a little heavier because of that. But it's not patchy, it's not clinging to any dry patches, and it's not uneven at all. I'm really, really happy with the foundation. It's so good. This is $8.99 and the concealer was $6.49. Will you stop? The concealer was $6.49, so together for a little parent, and they sit so nicely on top of each other. And the concealer under my eyes looks really good. It's like oh my god, it's like not creased at all. Like the creases of my eye, naturally you can see them, but there's not like a big goopy bit of like concealer. Like, I'm gonna come in close, but like, I don't know how this camera's gonna pick it up, especially for the light as well. This is just like so good. Like, I've not had something sit this nicely on my skin. Stop. I'm so happy with this foundation and concealer. It might be my favourite Rimmel foundation that I've used. I haven't used Rimmel foundation in quite a long time, so I can't remember, but I really love this. So you get 30ml in the foundation, which is very standard, so that's 1 fluid ounce, and in the concealer you get 7ml, which is 0.23 fluid ounces. So the foundation is very standard. It's kind of like the industry known amount you get in a foundation. I I'm so happy with these. I really am. I'm going to let you know how they wear during the day. But so far I am well impressed. Okay, so it has been about 2 hours since I put this on. Maybe like 2.5 hours really. Since I put the foundation on. So, in fact, no, if it's half one. No, it's been 3 hours actually since I put this foundation on. So I'm just gonna have a look and see how we're doing. So, I mean, around my nose, I was gonna say there might be like, it might be like really rubbed off around my nose because I've just had a Sunday dinner and I always get a runny nose when I eat hot food. But honestly, you can't tell. Maybe like a tiny bit, like, I'm gonna like zoom it in. Okay, so like here, I don't know how focused it is, but it's like there's like a kind of line about there where you can see this foundation there and there's not anything here. So that's about as much as there is, if you can see what I mean. But aside from that, I mean, look, my pores aren't really visible. And we're back. Okay, and also my under eyes still not really creased, like a tiny bit, but like barely. You kind of like see it from afar, you know, you have to like look up and like stretch out the skin to see where it's actually gathered. Like I say, the actual normal creases of my under eye, they're going to be there. You can't stop your under eye physically, the skin from folding on itself, like you can't. A tiny bit where it's set in on this side, not this side, so apparently I have to smile more if I can. If I smile, there's like a bigger line on this side for some reason. So it's set in a little bit there, but again, not really noticeable. And on my forehead, those lines I have that I said like a little bit it's set into, they're actually less noticeable now. I'm going to like zoom in again. Yeah, so these lines are a lot less noticeable now. I can't actually see what you're seeing right now. I'm gonna just like, yeah, so like you can still see them, but like the foundation itself isn't like really badly in them. That's the wrong way. So yeah, it's holding up really well. The colour, it hasn't really oxidized. So it stayed true to colour. Yeah, I'm really happy with this so far. My makeup's looking really good. So I will see you again in a few hours to see how it's holding up then. Okay, so it is now 18 minutes past 4. My makeup's been on for nearly 6 hours now, and I've just taken Alfie out for a walk. And for some reason September has become a second autumn. I've just seen someone, like, there's like woods opposite my house, and I just swear I've just seen someone there. Ooh, creepy. Yeah, it's like a second, like, summer this September. Yesterday when I went out, I was literally wearing like a t-shirt and a dress, no tights, no jacket, and it was like perfectly fine. It was like great. Anyway, I need to put something on my lips. Right, I had to take my lip gloss off because a fly flew into my lip gloss on the walk. Not nice. So I've had to take my lip gloss off and then wash my mouth. Yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, I was very sweaty on this walk, so I thought I would check out my makeup. And honestly, it still looks really great. I've got like a dry patch on the end of my nose, but that's always dry and flaky. Like, with makeup, without makeup, it always is. My forehead is still looking great. My skin in general just looks really great. It looks like I'm just having a really good skin day. I've got mascara flaking down here because I think a bug or something flew into my eyelashes as well. I've touched my face a lot on this walk because of various bugs. So my foundation and concealer is holding up really well, considering all that. Like every time, like my foundation is not really creasing here. Like I keep saying, the lines are there all the time. They're visible no matter what, you know, because they're just visible dints in my face. But it's like the foundation's not creasing more. Yeah, my bronzer and blush and highlighter is still sitting on top of it really nice. Also, I am topless. I'm sat here in my bra because I was very hot in that jumper. So yeah, let's just ignore that. Like I was saying before, it's like a little bit of my redness here is coming through. Thank you. A little bit of my redness like around my nose is coming through. That's like, I blow my nose when I have a hot meal because my nose runs. So yeah. Overall, I'm still thoroughly impressed by what's going on my face. My Lasting Perfection concealer, actually this is a big thing to know. I'm going to zoom into it. Okay, so usually my foundation would wear off around about this time on my chin, and my concealer wouldn't sit on very well. It would start cracking and being all dry and disgusting, but it's actually still really smooth. It's like still perfect. So yeah, I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm very happy. Thumbs up from me so far. Okay, so it is like 8 o'clock just after. My iPod's over there, so I'm not gonna get up and get it again. This lighting is really terrible because I forgot, like, it's getting lighter on a night time now, and I've just had me tea. I probably should have done this before me tea, but yeah. Also, I'm wearing a white t-shirt under this because obviously in the last shot I was just in my bra, so I put just a plain t-shirt on because I was hot, and then I got cold, so I put this on top. And both my bra straps have fallen down, so let's just fix that. Also, you might have noticed I started with grey nails, and then after I'd finished putting my makeup on, I changed my nails. So I've now got like a pinky peppery colour nail varnish on. That's fun. Yeah, let's have a look at my face. I already know I love it, let's be real. I've got terrible lighting last thing. One thing I noticed, sorry, I've got it, you know. One thing I noticed, the foundation on my chin always cracks or goes patchy throughout the day. I don't know why, but my chin is always been a problem area for me. You'll know that if you've seen like other videos where I've mentioned it. But like, hang on, I'm gonna like turn in a minute. Yeah, it's like still perfect. Like genuinely, it's not cracked and dry at all. It just looks so good. And my forehead, as usual, the creases get better and better the longer I wear the foundation for. Don't know why, that doesn't make any sense to me. But my forehead always gets smoother the longer I'm wearing it for. Wow, that was a full-on little spasm there. My foundation usually gets smoother on my forehead the longer I'm wearing it, so yeah, again we have to turn around because the light's terrible here. Yeah, my forehead just looks like an average 20-year-old now as opposed to 45-year-old. Yeah, the expression line here still like a little bit more than usual. I mean more on the other side, sorry, but like as we have discovered, I have more of a line on this side than this side, which I didn't know before. Creasing on my eyes is a little bit worse, but it's about the same as it would be like 2 hours after wearing a concealer, like another one, so yeah. Overall, I am thoroughly impressed with this foundation and concealer. Let's get them out, have a look at the packaging again. Yeah, I'm thoroughly impressed with these two. I absolutely love them. I think they are amazing. They're just exactly what my skin needs. They work so well for my skin right now, and that's just what I wanted. And they're a really good like match for my skin tone, I think. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe and comment all that kind of good stuff down below. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye!